Top 10 Billionaires in the World 2023. Please subscribe and share this video. My name is Joktan Elvin. Thank you. Number 10. Françoise Bettencourt Myers. Age: 70. Residence: France. Chairwoman: Tethys, which own 33.3% of L'Oreal. Net worth: $91.5 billion. L'Oreal ownership stake: 33.3%, $85.7 billion total. Other assets: $5.7 billion. Françoise Bettencourt Myers is the granddaughter of Eugene Schuler, the founder of cosmetics company, L'Oreal. Bettencourt's mother, Liliane, inherited her father's stake in L'Oreal, which was then passed down to Bettencourt when Liliane died. Number 9. Sergey Brin. Age: 49. Residence: California. Co-founder and board member, Alphabet Google. Net worth: $92.4 billion. Alphabet ownership stake: 6%, $73.3 billion total. Other assets: $15.2 billion in cash. Sergey Brin was born in Moscow, Russia, moving to the US with his family when he was 6 in 1979. After co-founding Google with Larry Page in 1998, Brin became Google's president of technology when Eric Schmidt took over as CEO. In 2001, he held the same post at the Alphabet holding company after it was established in 2015, stepping down in 2019 when Sundar Pichai took over as CEO. Number 8. Larry Page. Age: 50. Residence: California. Co-founder and board member, Alphabet Google. Net worth: $96.7 billion. Alphabet ownership stake: 6%, $81.6 billion total. Other assets: $15.1 billion in cash. Larry Page embarked on his path to fame and fortune in a college dorm room. While attending Stanford University in 1995, Page and his friend Sergey Brin came up with the idea of improving internet data extraction. The duo devised a new search engine technology they dubbed Backrub after its ability to assess links to a page. From there, Page and Brin went on to found Google in 1998. Google is the world's dominant internet search engine, account for more than 92% of global search requests. Number 7. Steve Ballmer. Residence: Washington. Owner, Los Angeles Clippers. Net worth: $101 billion. Microsoft ownership stake: 4%, $90.8 billion. Other assets: Los Angeles Clippers, $3.73 billion. Private asset: $6.13 billion in cash. Steve Ballmer joined Microsoft in 1980 after Bill Gates convinced him to drop out of Stanford University's MBA program. He was Microsoft's 30th employee. Ballmer went on to succeed Gates as Microsoft's CEO in 2000. He held the position until stepping down in 2014. Ballmer oversaw Microsoft's 2011 purchase of Skype for $8.5 billion. Ballmer owns an estimate 4% of Microsoft, making him the software giant's largest individual shareholder. In 2014, shortly after stepping down as Microsoft's CEO, Ballmer purchased the Los Angeles Clippers basketball team for $2 billion. Ballmer lived in the same dorm and on the same floor as Bill Gates while the two attended Harvard University. Number 6. Larry Ellison. Age: 78. Residence: Hawaii. Co-founder, Chair, and CTO, Oracle ORCL. Net worth, $107 billion. Oracle ownership stake, 42% plus $79.6 billion. Other assets. Tesla equity, $8.35 billion. Public asset, $18.7 billion in cash. Larry Ellison was born in New York City to a 19-year-old single mother. After dropping out of the University of Chicago in 1966, Ellison moved to California and worked as a computer programmer. In 1973, he joined the electronics company Ampex, where he met future partners Ed Oates and Bob Miner. Vice President of Research and Development. In 1977, Ellison founded software development laboratories alongside Oates and Miner. 2 years later, the company released Oracle, the first commercial relational database program to use structured query language. The database program proved so popular that SLD would change its name to Oracle Systems Corporation in 1982. Ellison gave up the CEO role at Oracle in 2014 after 37 years. He joined Tesla's board in December 2018 and stepped down in June 2022. Oracle is the world's second-largest software company, providing a wide variety of cloud computing programs as well as Java.
Number 5. Warren Buffett. Age, 92. Residence, Nebraska. CEO, Berkshire Hathaway BRK. A. Net worth, $108 billion. Berkshire Hathaway ownership stake, 14%, $107 billion. Other assets, $1.18 billion in cash. The most famous living value investor, Warren Buffett filed his first tax return in 1944 at age 14, declaring earnings from his boyhood paper route. He first bought shares in a textile company called Berkshire Hathaway in 1962, becoming the majority shareholder by 1965. Buffett expanded the company's holdings to insurance and other investments in 1967. Widely known as the Oracle of Omaha, Buffett is a buy-and-hold investor who built his fortune by acquiring undervalued companies. More recently, Berkshire Hathaway has invested in large, well-known companies. Its portfolio of wholly owned subsidiaries includes interests in insurance, energy distribution, and railroads as well as consumer products. Buffett is a notable Bitcoin skeptic. Buffett has dedicated much of his wealth to philanthropy. Between 2006 and 2020, he gave away $41 billion, mostly to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and his children's charities. Buffett launched the Giving Pledge alongside Bill Gates in 2010. Now 92 years old, Buffett still serves as CEO, but in 2021 he hinted that his successor might be Gregory Abel, head of Berkshire's non-insurance operations. Number 4. Bill Gates. Age, 67. Residence, Washington. Co-founder, Microsoft, MSFT. Net worth, $120 billion. Microsoft ownership stake, 1.4%, $29.3 billion. Other assets, $59.6 billion in cash and billions over multiple other companies. While attending Harvard University in 1975, Bill Gates went to work alongside his childhood friend Paul Allen to develop new software for the original microcomputers. Following this project's success, Gates dropped out of Harvard during his junior year and founded Microsoft with Allen. The largest software company in the world, Microsoft, also produces a line of personal computers, provides email services through its Exchange server, and sells video game systems and associated game devices. It has recently invested heavily in cloud services. Gates shifted from the company's CEO to the role of board chair in 2008. He joined Berkshire Hathaway's board in 2004. He stepped down from both boards on March 13, 2020. Number 3. Jeff Bezos. Age: 59. Residence: Washington. Founder and Executive Chair, Amazon AMZN. Net worth: $125 billion. Amazon ownership stake: 10%, $100 billion. Other assets: Blue Origin, $11.2 billion. Private asset: The Washington Post, $250 million. Private asset, and $13.3 billion in cash. In 1994, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon.com in a garage in Seattle, shortly after he resigned from the hedge fund giant D.E. Shaw. He had originally pitched the idea of an online bookstore to his former boss David E. Shaw, who wasn't interested. Though Amazon originally started out selling books, it has since morphed into a one-stop shop for everything under the sun and is expected to overtake Walmart as the world's largest retailer by 2024. Amazon's pattern of constant diversification is evident in some of its unexpected expansions, which include acquiring Whole Foods in 2017 and entering the pharmacy business the same year. Bezos owned as much as 16% of Amazon in 2019 before transferring 4% to his former wife, Mackenzie Scott, as part of their divorce proceedings. In 2020, Amazon's share price jumped 76% on the heightened demand for online shopping amid the COVID-19 pandemic. On July 5, 2021, Bezos stepped down as CEO of the e-commerce giant, becoming its executive chair. Bezos originally took Amazon public in 1997 and went on to become the first man since Bill Gates in 1999 to achieve a net worth of more than $100 billion.
Number 2. Elon Musk. Age: 51. Residence: Texas. Co-founder and CEO, Tesla. Net worth: $172 billion. Tesla ownership stake: 13%, $63.9 billion. Twitter ownership stake: 79%, $9.65 billion. Other assets: Space Exploration Technologies, $48.9 billion. Private asset: The Boring Company, $3.33 billion. Private asset. Elon Musk is the second richest man in the world. He was born in South Africa and attended a university in Canada before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned bachelor's degrees in physics and economics. 2 days after enrolling in a graduate physics program at Stanford University, Musk deferred attendance to launch Zip2, one of the earliest online navigation services. He reinvested a portion of the proceeds from this startup to create X.com, the online payment system that was sold to eBay, and ultimately became PayPal Holdings PYPL. In 2004, Musk became a major funder of Tesla Motors, now Tesla, which led to his current position as CEO of the electric vehicle company. In addition to its line of electric automobiles, Tesla produces energy storage devices, automobile accessories, and, through its acquisition of SolarCity in 2016, solar power systems. Musk is also CEO and chief engineer of Space Exploration Technologies, SpaceX, a developer of space launch rockets. In 2020, Tesla shares soared 740% to propel Musk up the wealth rankings. In DEC 2020, Tesla joined the S&P 500, becoming the largest company added. In Jan 2021, Musk became the richest person in the world, a title he held till December 2022, when his net worth fell due to a decrease in Tesla's share price over the year. He reclaimed the top spot again in March 2023. Musk asked his Twitter audience on November 6, 2021, whether he should sell 10% of his Tesla stock, framing the issue as a response to criticism of unrealized capital gains as a means of avoiding taxes. He proceeded to sell shares worth $16.4 billion over the remainder of 2021. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a Massachusetts Democrat, cited a media report that Musk paid no income tax for 2018 to argue for the adoption of a wealth tax. "And if you opened your eyes for 2 seconds, you would realize I will pay more taxes than any American in history this year," Musk responded on Twitter. In April 2022, Musk began a campaign to take Twitter private, which culminated in a $44 billion buyout. Musk planned to fund the deal with $21 billion of his own capital. In the run-up to the buyout announcement, Musk sold 9.6 million shares of Tesla, valued at roughly $8.5 billion. In July 2022, Musk decided to back out of the Twitter buyout. Twitter filed a lawsuit against Musk to force the buyout to go through. Musk countersued the company but then reversed course and declared he was willing to buy Twitter after all. The deal officially closed in October 2022, giving him an almost 80% stake in the company. Number 1. Bernard Arnault. Age: 74. Residence: Paris. CEO and Chair, LVMH LVMUY. Net worth: $199 billion. Christian Dior ownership stake: 97.5%, $157 billion total. Other assets: Moelis & Company equity, $31.2 billion public asset, and $11.2 billion in cash. French national Bernard Arnault is the chair and CEO of LVMH, the world's largest luxury goods company. LVMH brands include Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Marc Jacobs, and Sephora. Most of Arnault's wealth comes from his massive stake in Christian Dior SE, the holding company that controls 41.4% of LVMH. His shares in Christian Dior SE, plus an additional 6.2% in LVMH, are held through his family-owned holding company, Groupe Familial Arnault. Arnault remained Farinault's chair for another 6 years, until he acquired and reorganized luxury goods maker Financière Agache in 1984, eventually selling all its holdings other than Christian Dior and Le Bon Marché. He was invited to invest in LVMH in 1987 and became the majority shareholder, chair of the board, and CEO of the company 2 years later. Thanks for watching.